What is going on, YouTube? I am Germ here. Today, we're going to be talking about a little something that we don't get to talk about very often, but it seems like maybe we'll get to start talking about something a little bit more often, and that is some good old North American talent. Now, obviously, I'm wearing the TSM jersey today. We have TSM and Team Liquid about to start in a couple of hours. I'm so hyped up. I'm so excited. I think this playoff series is going to be so dope, so awesome. But in this video today, as you guys can see on the screen, we're talking about Danny. We're talking about Evil Geniuses. We're talking about the playoff series that was yesterday between EG and 100 Thieves, and talking about some other North American players too, because I think it does bring up an interesting point. But some people are saying that what Danny was able to do yesterday, and we'll watch the clip and we'll go over it, might be the best play of the year, might be the best play in recent memory, might be an all-time classic League of Legends moment. So I know viewership in the LCS hasn't been crazy recently. Maybe you haven't seen it, but we're going to be breaking that down today and breaking down some NA talent. So definitely drop a like if you guys do enjoy this video. I would appreciate it so much. Subscribe to stay up to date on all my latest content, and consider checking out my Patreon, patreon.com/IamGerm, where my podcast, weekly podcast Beyond the Rift with I Am Germ, the VODs are going to be going up on there, and it's going to be live streamed on YouTube every single Monday, so be looking out for that tomorrow. With that being said, here we go. Yeah, first we'll just start off by taking a look at the play. Here we have 100 Thieves versus EG Game 4 highlights. Evil Geniuses is down 2-1 in the series. 34 minutes in, the gold advantage is 7.5k for 100 Thieves. Evil Geniuses is down and out. This game is over. This series is over. This is going to be the third win for 100 Thieves. Really crazy. 100 Thieves kind of was up and down throughout the year. They didn't end the year super strong, and EG looked like maybe the best team in summer. So for 100 Thieves to dominate them like this was a little bit surprising, and they just really needed one more team fight to kind of break this game open. Mountain Soul's about to spawn. They're in such a great spot. This game should be so difficult to lose, and it should be impossible to win for Evil Geniuses. But then that is when this crazy, insane moment happens. Let's take a look and kind of break this down. So this team fight is going to get started right here. They're in the middle, kind of just doing nothing right now. They are going to get that Ornn ult. It's only going to hit one person, but they get Huhi down really low, really early. So it's kind of a good start for Evil Geniuses. They get Closer down low too. But then obviously at some point that 7.5k gold deficit is really going to show. Contracts doesn't get the best Diana ult there. He does drop, so now it is a 4v5. Ignar goes down. Now it's a 3v5. Things are not looking good for EG, but Danny trades a kill back. That is good, and this is where things get really crazy. Danny picks up a kill there. FBI comes out of the stasis. He gets popped. Now it's down to a 2v1 with Abbedagge and Someday against Danny. Again, still a 7,500 gold lead. Abbedagge is big here. This is a late game rise, a late game gangplank. Danny starts healing up off the wave. And this play's not done yet. He's got an unofficial triple kill right now. He tanks a tower shot, doing all this crazy stuff. He's half HP. Someday has to check him in the bush, and he gets popped. And then Danny pulls off the unofficial pentakill out of nowhere. This fight, again, we can go back to where this fight was. No matter what, EG was in a horrible spot, but even right here, this is a 4v3. Jizuke dies pretty early here, so now it is a 4v2, where yes, Danny is full health. Yes, he is a late game persona. Yes, he is very fed, but again, a 4v2 against a team with a huge advantage. This play was absolutely insane. This brought this game back out of nowhere for Evil Geniuses. It was played so well by Danny. EG gets him surrounded here. He goes aggressive on the front side. He's able to pick up the kill, kills FBI. So many crazy moments. It's hard to even break this play down because there's so many different angles you could take a look at it from, but at the end of the day, everyone knew how great Danny played this. I mean, Evil Geniuses as a team really let him down. And what makes this even crazier is, again, when you look at his Twitter bio, this is a 17-year-old rookie. He did not play in Spring Split. Summer Split is his first split in the LCS. This was his first ever playoff series. This is with a spot at Worlds on the line. And there's so many veterans in this game. You have Someday, Impact in this game. You have Jizuke. You have all these guys with so much experience who have been playing for so long, who have played at Worlds. They've done well at Worlds. Impact's a world champion. And Danny, the 17-year-old kid from North America, is the one that is able to pull this play off. Now, Ultimately, I think it is going to get lost in history a little bit. I think it loses some hype that it wasn't in a championship, that Evil Geniuses goes on to lose the series. There is a lot that's kind of taking away from this play, unfortunately, but this play was absolutely disgusting. I think it will for sure be the play of the season. I'm sure we'll be seeing it on highlight reels for years to come. But again, I think it would have been cooler if it was in a finals. I think it would have been cooler if Evil Geniuses ends up winning and locks in their spot for Worlds. But yes, 100 Thieves does get the job done, but it does kind of take me back to the point of just North American players and needing to invest in North American talent and just understanding that North American talent does exist. I mean, look at what we're seeing right now. Danny, the Rookie of the Year, coming into the playoffs and making an absolute splash, really turning around Evil Geniuses. Evil Geniuses was a very middle-of-the-pack team in spring, and now they just almost qualified for Worlds. They were a single game away, which was crazy. You have Spica, who's going to be probably the North American MVP. Blabber the MVP before that. You have tons of other guys coming up right now. We've seen Tactical in the last couple of years do pretty well with Team Liquid. We've seen Ablaze Olive just had a very, very good year this year. There is definitely North American talent all over the place. Yes, North America has been the weakest region. Yes, maybe they don't have the depth of players and everything, but that does not mean that some of these talent and some of these players are not worth investing in, and that the teams that are able to scout and develop and bring these guys up aren't going to be super, super successful. I think 100 Thieves is doing an awesome job of this as well. I know Luger is like a next up-and-coming AD carry that a lot of people are talking about. I know Kenvi is probably the most hyped-up player in like Academy and Amateurs right now that people are really expecting to come onto the scene and make a splash. But yeah, we've heard all this talk of like Reggie, imports, and Jack and Steve talking about they want to remove the import restrictions. They want to be able to bring in 5-man import teams. NA talent does not exist. NA talent isn't deep enough. We can't win with these guys. And all of a sudden, in this series, the 2 seed against the 3 seed, a spot at Worlds on the lines, a playoff series, a North American player was the one that shined brightest. The North American player was the one that made the huge play, the huge moment, brought his team back. There's Korean players in that game. There's European players in that game. And Danny made a huge, crazy play. And this guy is 17 years old. I hope he continues to develop. I hope he continues to get better. Every once in a while, we see these flash in a pan guys that come on, have a big split or a big year or make a big play, and they kind of stagnate and they plateau, or they even, get a little bit worse. But every once in a while, you see one of these players coming up that bursts onto the scene at a young age and just continues to get better, and then they have a chance to really be an all-time great player. Now, obviously, Danny is so far away from that, but to get to that status, you have to start out strong, and that is absolutely what he is doing. I've been so impressed. I'm so glad that Evil Geniuses gave him this opportunity to split, and I do hope he continues to run with it because, again, people are starting to compare him to Double Lift, saying that maybe he's on that trajectory. Maybe he'll be, the Double Lift that has been missing in the LCS now that Double Lift has been gone. But yeah, he's putting people on notice. They actually got Danny trending on Twitter yesterday. There was something like 40,000 tweets about him after this play was made. I mean, people really around the world saw that play, saw how crazy it was, and were so impressed. He's definitely going to be, on everyone's radar now. He's definitely going to be getting a ton of followers. He has been a hyped up and exciting player to watch the whole season. I love how aggressive he plays, how crazy he plays. He has his pocket picks like Samira that he's not afraid to pull out. He has a unique champion pool. And just tries to make big plays, and every once in a while it doesn't work out, but sometimes you get the plays like this. And yeah, it was just so impressive. It was a crazy play. It was something we had to talk about, but also I think it does bring up the bigger picture about North American talent, and how there are actually some pretty good players in this region and some guys that might be worth building around, or at least taking a little bit more of a look into. So definitely drop a like if you guys did enjoy this video. I would appreciate it so much. Leave a comment down below. What do you think? Do you think Danny is going to be the next Double? If you think he's going to be a crazy great player, do you think this was just a one-off type moment? I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Subscribe to stay up to date on my latest content. Hopefully catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace!